Let me record. Beta. Beta. Local tree. So continue from where we stop. Projects. OneDrive. We data analysis, Python project. This is it. Okay. Okay. Awesome. This. 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 Okay. This is it. Don't know if it- So this is where we stopped. This is where we stopped for the cleaning. Any other thing to clean? Let's look at the data. Dates. Okay, the date is not good. Look at your dates. Are you here? Yeah, so the date is not. Let me just go to another one. Let me try one. Yes. The one you were working on last, you did not save it. They should save it as a project. If you did not save it, it will probably be saved as some title. Say what? Let me see what you have. Today you finally came late. After your two times took excuse that you were going to be late. This is the one you actually came late. Yes, it's two problems. Two problems. One of them caused the actual problem. The other one is warning. There was one warning. There's one actual problem. So I think I sent it to you guys. I thought I sent it to you guys on Monday, not knowing that I sent it. I left it in draft. It's this morning I was trying to send a message. I saw the link in draft, so I sent it this morning. Because if you check the YouTube, you see the YouTube video was uploaded on Monday. same one. I can't remember. This where's your one? Is this one now? This one. This one. Project Python project. That's the one. Okay, let's fix that issue. I think we are done with the cleaning. So the next thing we'll do, we'll merge everything together. Then as a measure thing, we'll still do sharp. Because we want this to be able to repeat. So we'll add some extra spices to make it sweet. Cooking fisherman soup, can't easily tilapia to cook it. Have to add crab, still oysters, dress. It's about Yoruba. I say Yoruba. I know for my own name, it's Igbo. Your name. Okay, so no, unless okay. Yeah, I've asked you before. Okay, Yoruba. Ah, ah, ah. And you, only you. Okay, let's fix that. Before we fix that, so I'll fix everything at once. The dates. Okay, see, when you start again, you have to run from this first one to the current cell because once you close that Python, it has forgotten what you were doing before, so you have to literally run it. Right. So, start from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. No, no. So that you continue when you stop. If you not finish that, then you open it and run it to that point. There's a shorter way, Sha. Let me show you the short. So you know, I'm showing you only how that. Go to the last one. Go to the last one. Go to kernel. You see, if you can no run until something selected. Which one is it? Run selected. Blah blah. Run. That's not the one I'm. Run selected and start. Run selected and not advanced. Run all above select. Yeah, that's the one. Run all the cell above it. So to just run everything on the top till this last one. Yeah, that's the fast way to do it. So have you done it? Are you renaming your project? Why? You're writing something. Yeah, I just started. Oh my god. Come over here, click, just click this part. Go to the last one, click here, click on the run, then search for or run or above select. So should get this. So this is going to execute all of them. So you don't do it one by one. So the first thing I want to confirm is if my, please pay attention. The first thing I want to confirm is if there is any other, we fixed this, we fixed this, we fixed this, fixed, uh, we had two problems before. I was going to fix. I want to fix everything together. So I want to check this my data if there's any other thing to fix. Or I go back and fix the preceding problem, the former problem that we had. So this one, we fix this warehouse by making it title case. Fix SQ code by making all of them capital letter with the dash. This one, make this one title case, make this one title case. Then for the quantity sold, did we fix this one? Did we? All the quantity sold. The issue with them was that they have missing values. There were some missing values. I think we did something on missing values. We dropped missing rows with missing values. We did that, right? We did. We dropped it. We dropped it. So that was the only issue with them, right? Then same as this. So the only thing we did not do anything on was dates. We made it header lowercase. The header is lowercase we made, it's not title case. It's the actual value that we made title. So I'm going to go through, just give like a 5 graph. 5 is, look at the dates, is dash dash. Let me go to 10. This one is slash. Okay. So we have to fix it. Let me go to 15. This one is dash. Look at 15. This one is almost a full date. So we have to fix it. We have to unify all of them to be one pattern. But before we do that, let me show you why that one did not work. So the reason that one did not work was because of this. We use DF here instead of data. The question is, where did DF come from? So using DF, that's why mine just went to DF. So I'm actually using data for each table in our all data, all our table. For each table will be called data, not DF. So if I wanted to update a column in my table, I'm supposed to use data, not DF. So that was the mistake I made. That was the first mistake. We didn't use log. That was the first mistake. Now that first mistake made it not to work at all. But let me, I think I fixed it. That's why I added the log. I'll explain why I added the log. Let me remove the logs from. I added it almost everywhere, apart from the first one. I added it here as well. So I will run it without the log and I'll run it with it so you see the difference. So I'm running it without the lock. See what happens. It works, but I got this warnings. And warnings, right? Said telling me that I'm supposed to, if I'm reassigning values to a column, I'm supposed to specify the row and the column and reassigning those values to. That's where this location comes in. This location. You know what we are doing here? We are changing the S, for example, this one, we are changing the SUK code, and we are reassigning it back to the column XUK. So if you are going to do something like that, this would work fine, but it's going to give you this warning. To remove this warning, you have to use the lock location property, then tell it that what I want to replace is from row, the first row, I just leave it empty. If you leave, when you are using the list, you say 0 column, maybe 5, it will start from 0 and go to 5. But if you want to start from the beginning and go to the ending, you don't have to put anything, just put the column, leave the beginning empty, leave the end empty. It means beginning to end. That's what this means. So for your row, select all the rows. That means I'm replacing all the rows, starting of the row to the end of the row. Then which column, warehouse region. That's what this means. So that was the issue. That was why we were getting that wrong warning. The warning was because it didn't know the rows that I was going to change. That's why that warning was there. But with this now, specify that these changes I'm doing is for all the rows on the warehouse region columns. So I'll do the same thing here, do the same thing here, do the same thing here. So going forward, don't know why it was not like this in the previous version of pandas. But going forward, just follow this their new method. That's what they do. When they update it, they will give you warning for like the next 2, 3 versions. And after that version, they will remove the warning. It automatically becomes an error. You are seeing the warning phase. So that's why you fix, just add block there. Dot location row beginning to the last row, column SUK. Just going to copy this so I don't have to type it multiple times. Good. Do the same thing here as well. So when you run it to fix the issue there, once you finish, let me know. I will do the dates. Thank you. That's it. Okay. Finish everything this, but the certificate from the little collective control. What? Okay, that's I didn't even go through it. Sorry. We go through it. We just open your chapter. Have you applied for it yet? Which one is it? I'm seeing two links. Are they the same thing? Go through it. Okay. I'll go through it once I get to. Yes, I'll give you. So let's fix the date. Have you done this so that we can fix dates? Fix the date. I think that, and that's the last one. Be the last. Okay. Have you done the correction? So let's fix the date. So to fix the date, we'll be using a pandas method. Like we have the function called data frame to create data frame table. There is a function called date time to manipulate um, to change date. Function called date time to manipulate date value, date and time values. So that's what we are going to. So we would say use a condition. Okay, it's fine. We'll say dates. There are some things that we're supposed to do. We used to incentive, sorry. So just data, dates is equals to, I think we need to use iLook as well. Pandas, but let's do it first. The one I'm used to first. And if it doesn't work, to get time. This is the function. So what this function will do, it will convert each of our dates to a proper date time value so that we can do things like find the date and manipulate it as a date. It's also going to format our date to look uniform. So it's doing two things. It's changing our date from a string to an actual date, and it's also going to format the date for us. Wait to know the function. I will give you, I think I showed you how to get it, but I will download it and send it. So get sheet sheets. There's a sheet sheet with all the functions. I will download it and send it to you. Inside of Pandas library. See all the popular functions. Those ones, just cram those ones. I mean, now there are some functions I will say in Panda that you ask me how they use it. I don't know how to use it. But there are some that I use most of the time. Those ones I will not cram it. Say you want to cram everything, know everything in Python. It's impossible. But they're adding new, they're removing some. That's how it works. Okay. So this is the function. Now we are going to, so this function takes in, there's a cool way to remember the argument a function takes in. And there's also interesting way to know the different function or the different method that especially if you're using a Jupyter notebook. If you, this is pandas library, right? If I press dot and I press tab, show me all the various, you have to, have you run panda, have you, yeah, if you press dot and you press tab, it's going to show you all the different methods and attributes of these pandas. You see all of them. And if you think it, okay, it doesn't do that, but it's fine. There's a lot of them. Flag, blah blah blah. Then maybe you forget one, but you know how it starts, but you don't know how to actually use it. You can come here and look for that stuff. You can see CSV, Excel, read fader, read all the different things that pandas can read and display as a table for you. Read SQL, read SQL query, read SQL table, read state, table, SML option, set options, blah blah. There's a lot of them. So I've used, maybe out of all these many, I've used IS-20 instead of this. So there's a lot, and it's when you need it, you will not go and find. You just check online. Is there a pandas function that does this? To show you that one. So to numeric, so this is the one we want to date. So pico to time delta to series, and so on and so forth. So once you get a function like this, now to know what that function does, you can put your open bracket, close bracket. Now you press inside the open bracket, close bracket, press shift and tab. It will give you this. Now, signature, Google, but this will help you to remember some that you forget. Signature, you have arguments, error, date time, first day, year, day first, year first, blah, blah, blah. Let me just explain this one. Argument simply means what are the list of dates that you want to convert, list of items that you want to convert to date sign. That's your argument. Error, you have, you can set this to raise error or none. Fault, the fault now is raised. That means if if it encounters a error, what should it do? Should it are you having problem bringing this up? So you have error. So you have different things that you can put here. Error can be raised. I think it's coerce. There is none. But me, I don't like to change this one because the error, if it sees something that it cannot change, is it going to give you this red thing at the bottom, or is it going to try and do what it can do and ignore the rest? So, for example, there's a text for date. Let's say you have 31st May 2026. Then somebody now go and write Apple there. If he sees Apple, what should he do? Should he shout that there's something that doesn't look like a date here, or should he just keep it? There are different options you can put here, but first I like to leave it at raise. Because once you raise it, raise will stop your code. You do not do anything. Once you see the text that doesn't look like a date, it's going to stop your code and show you. Then you now go back to your data frame, change that stuff, and come back and try to transform everything to date. I prefer the raise. Then you have day first. Day first is how do you want your date to be formatted? Do you want the date to be first? Set it true or false. Year first. Year be first, true or false. UTC. Are you working with UTC date format? True or false. Then you have another one called format. Now, formats, if you are not using this, or this, right, then you can customize your formats. You can customize it the way you like. Now, what I like to use here is what we call mixed. Because if I customize my format into a particular, let's say I want full words, right? Now, when I want full words, it's going to look for dates in my data frame. Now it is a text, it's not a date yet, that are full words to convert to actual data that they can do calculations on. So I don't like this for format. I like to use mixed because it's more robust. Then exact, I've not really used exact before. Units, inferred datetime formats. I leave this one default. This one I leave it default, leave it default. Origin, leave it default. Then cache, I leave it default. These are the main ones. Argument, error, then format. Personally, this is the one I use. Argument, error, and format. Okay. Now, this is the signature. This shows you how your function should be written. Then the next you have document. DocuString is the documentation of this function. It tells you what this function does. Converts an argument to datetime. That's what this function does. Then you will see for each of the separate parameters there, to give you an explanation what it's expecting. Integer, float, string, datetime, this, blah, 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 and so on and so forth must be specified in 4-digit format. For the next one, it tells you what it does. Error, it can be raised, coerce, or ignore. Day first can be true or false, tells you how it wants it. Year first can be true or false, tells you how it wants it. UTC can be true or false, and you see description about that function. So that's one way to just learn more about the function. So like that for everything, you get to the string to pass time, a constant day, month, year, day, string format. For more information on choice, constant F is pass. Then you have different definition. Then me, this is what I like to use, mix. So infer the format for each element individually. This is basically, you should probably use it along with day first. But the reason I prefer to use this mix is that even if the data I'm getting is a bit different, you still infer it and unify everything to be one. That's why I prefer to use mix. So the default is string. So you have to change it to mix. For format, you have to change it to mix. So if you want to use it, now the way you can use it, if argument comes first, you write your argument first. Error comes next, you write it next. But if you don't want to follow this order, let's say I want to do the error first, date time, and so on and so forth. All I need to do is to specify the name. So I'll say args is equals to put the arguments. So right now my argument will be the data date. That's what I want to convert to date time. Then what else am I? What else is important? Error. I'm working with error. Okay. Error. Let's put it to phrase. Let me ignore this raise go stress. Let's ignore it. Any error should be ignored. Then format. Let's try it. If it gives me issues, I will ignore it. Mixed. So the way I did for this function, you can do it for any other function. Anything that you do and it does not give you any documentation, it means that there are two things. Either that function does not exist, or that library is very, very new. Almost all library that you put in Python has this document. Or any popular library should have this thing. You can just read, and in case you forget how to arrange your argument. Sorry, this will be small letter, not capital letter. Okay. Then let me run it. Let's see what we have. Zero. Error. I think it's errors with S. Let's see. No error. Why you define error like that? Okay. I think we are good. Okay, give us a warning. What's the warning? The value. Okay, the same log stuff. Log that dash. Let's see. Did they give us error this time? No. So that was the issue. So let's confirm if it has worked. Let's try 15. Okay, that added the time. Don't really need the time, so we have to go and fix that time. It's dead time. There's no date. There's no date. It's dead time. Try one. It's only going to. Yeah, we can use. Did I use create that stuff? Okay. Then we can use this guy to get only the dates. Let me see if. Let me change this to. Let me change this a bit. Let's see if it will work. So let's try. Yeah. Sorry. Day. Months. And yeah. Okay. Okay, let me try. Let me go back to what it was. If mine gave me error, it's what I did. I was trying to. It's not what I did is not going to work because my dates are in different, very different formats. So I'm going to change this. Yes, it's a different error. Mixed argument dates. Where did the error even start? Type error. Your date's different. Let me see. This is the same as well. Anything wrong. And that the value is supposed to be a string. Let's try it now. Right now. Try it on your hand. Let me see.
Um, I will.
Very, very far.
Oh, yeah, laugh.
Oh, I don't making me to laugh. When it comes. So, when it's not even car, I don't even say buying car. You don't want car, it's house. Which house is now? What's the spec? Eight house. That penthouse in Bangkok.
No, how can it's about Port
Where?
Tell you.
Where? It's my auntie. Miami self, bro. I beg you. Alright. Cool, think big. How much is penthouse in Miami? Like $5 million. A bit too. No, the least you can see houses, 10,000, 2 to 2, 5, 10. So it's not normal money. To become a billionaire in dollars in young age, it's not the normal, it's not the normal way at all. You need a certain level of leverage. Not even hard work, self. It's not, it's not just hard work. There's a lot of things you have to do.
I was trying to go join that your class. My video was my back.
What happens to it? Copy the title to your laptop. The reason you have this problem is telling me that your date is not, can't convert that your date to date time. So I'm trying to figure out why.
Does it work like so that the date of your laptop will match? Oh my goodness.
I think that's why. I think that's why doesn't understand your dates. So how do I make it understand this? That's why. Hold on. So when you are programming and you face a roadblock like this, you're not gonna see. Let me tell you the easiest way. Thank God now you have AI. We copy the error like this, as the error is, as the red part, copy everything. Then go to, I think Gemini would work. Normal Google AI tends to work very well. If this one not work, then you will use Cloud.
Oh, not
Pretty nice. It's when you overdo, you start to get this for us. DJ, you pay. Don't overdo. You can use it for video. You can even connect it to CapCut. People to do it now. They'll connect their plot to CapCut so that we tell the agent to go and research video that's popular. That's agent mode. Research video that's popular. Generate the images. Generate the short video. Go to CapCut, edit it, then upload it to my Google Drive. When you are done, send me a notification. Telegram. Once it's done, it send you a notification. And also, if you connect your LinkedIn, so that will post it. But that one is money. You have to pay. All those things that you do, you have to pay for it. That's part of the value. But if it's giving you values, no problem.
You're getting
You are making your money from.
a job
Like when you get a job, you have to pay. Don't have internet. Which one is your own? Say we. So the reason, let me change your, what did we use? Race. Let me check. When I use race, give me another. Let me try coerce. That will give us type error. Having issue with the data type.
out of
So
like out of range.
means that that index number is not in your list. For example, your list has 5 items. Look for 10. That's what that means. Okay. So let's try something else. Let's remove by log. We'll deal with consequence. So this is the problem. Yes, but I will explain why iLock is a problem. Just check the other tab, the one I opened. I see what I was doing. Just copy the error, paste it there, it gives me a summary. I'll try the methods. So this was the issue with your own. I don't know if it will still be your own problem. So it's let me use one of this dot info. Remember this function? Your tape data frame dot info. It gives you an information about your data. Right. Now your data type was strictly set to string. Was strictly set to string. Yes. Mine is an object. Mine is an object. When your data type is an object, it means it can be anything. It can be a string, it can be time, it can be anything. But if it's strictly set to string, it means If I want to replace the information of dates, I have to put a string there. If I want to replace anything, I have to put the exact same data there. Now, the only way this would have worked is if I created a new column for dates, then I delete the old dates. So that was the main issue. And when you are using what's it called, dot location, it means that it is directly going into that column, changing the information directly as for each row to remove what is there, put this new one. Now imagine you have string now, but you are changing it to time. The two does not match. That's why the issue. That's why it's giving you type errors. Both of them did not. In case of next time, just create a new column for the updated dates. So I'll tell you what I will do in case of next time. I will create a new column for, let me just copy this. 90% of it. I will create a new column for the dates. Like this, call it maybe dates. Yes, yes. Ocean. $1, don't worry. Dollar will come. Dollar will come. Fix. Amen. No. So this is what I would do if I keep getting that issue and I want to fix it. So it's going to create a new column for date fixed called, and the data type there is date, time, data. Then I will delete the old dates. You understand what I do, your son? I'm not speaking English. What I do? This is what I did. I commented this one out. The reason I did it is because for you guys' own situation, the date is string. Don't know why yours was string. Normally it's supposed to be object, but it's still fine. Now, if you want to create a new date, a new column for dates, all you need to do is to remember how. Okay, no, it's not. In a dictionary, when you create a key that does not exist, what happens? You assign a value to a key that does not exist. What happens? Create a new item on that dictionary. Same concept. When you assign a value to a column that does not exist, this column did not exist before, right? There's no date fixed column. What happens? It will create a new column for date fixed. So the new column for date fixed will be this. Going to change the dates in date to date time, then store that information in date fixed. Right? So that's what we have here. Take away this error. What? It's still the index stuff. It's not used to this iLog stuff. Okay, do I have to tell you guys to adapt a bit? No problem, I've heard you. Okay, this is what we have. You have your date fixed, you have your date, so you delete this one. Column. Yes. Just assign it and fill the value there. It's front. Everything is possible, but there's no need for me to be moving it around, so I don't normally do it. But it should be possible. I think it's possible. I think there's a method for, let me see. There should be a method for adding new column directly. I think that would allow me to do, I think add would do that. I'm sure it's add to add a new column. It will allow me to add it wherever I want. Let's see. Add additional, get addition of data. Okay, it does work, but it's still going to add it to the end. Let me see. I have other axis 0. Okay, whether to compare by for there's okay. So this one it just adds a new column. It's still going to be the ending. So I don't think there is, but there should be. Everything is possible. There's a way to do it. There's a way to manipulate it from it to beginning. I think I have a manipulation in my head self. This is the manipulation. Create two copies, right, of the same table. One copy has the completed one copy has doesn't have the one copy has the new column. One copy does not have the new column, right? Now you merge, you delete the other column from the copy that has the new column. I show you how to manipulate it. That's the next step. So you now have a column, a table that has only one new column and one that is the original one. Now you're going to merge the one that has the new column to the original one. So the only thing you can is actually just move it to the front or to the back. There's no, can't put it in between. There will still be other manipulation. For me, I don't see the point of doing it. If you reach to move it like that, let's just move to Excel or other platform. Make it easy for you to move it around. Okay, I think I will remember something I can even do. Just remember something that you can actually do. You can reselect your columns in the order you want and store that new column into a new data frame. Format in that order. That's the easiest way to go about doing it. Okay, that being done, so we are done with this. I'm going to delete these dates, right? Then I will move this one to the front. Okay. So let me just quickly do that. So I will say column frame drop. It's so assertion error. It means that the condition you were trying to create no work. So probably the issue is with this. Change it from raised to class. It's in class. Still give you assertion error. Let me see. Try bring it. Let me see. It's not that. That's not the spelling. Coert. Whereas, like you're persuading it, and it gave you that. So they should change this to date fix. Okay. Then we're going to delete. Take change to date fixed. Then we are going to delete the old date. Then in place, not the recommended way, but yes, in place equals to true. Okay. Then I think we are done. Let me just rename the fixed date back to date for the sake of dot rename. Is it dot? Jesus Christ. Data dot rename. Rename or okay, rename. Then I'm going to rename like this. Yeah, I think it's like this. Rename dates fixed to back to dates. Then in place as well is equals to true. Now why I'm doing in place equals to true. When I say something is in place, what does that mean? Anyway, let me just say, anytime you make changes to your data frame, Python does not want permanent changes. What Python wants is you are changing a copy of your data frame, not the actual data frame. But if you want to change the actual data frame, you have to use this argument in place. You see, when I use it, they'll tell me that they'll warn me. They'll give me serious warning. Trying to replace modify a data frame directly. They always like I modify a copy and to modify the actual one. Let me change this to coerce. And we're good. Good. Oh, that's why you should work with a copy. Oh my god. That's why you always work with a copy. I mean, key error. Means that I did not specify the column very well. Yep. Switch this to columns equals to try this. Yep. But what error is this? This error. It's if I is trying to be set on the copy of the data format, actually I lock it like in anything. Okay, this is one. Let's move on. It should be fixed. It deleted, but it did not change this one. This is the column I added. Okay, the code. Okay, this is the code. Okay, already taken. Go fast. M what?
Yeah.
MKDIR. Make directory. Basically, make a folder.
And globe.
The full meaning, I don't know the full meaning, is to find a pattern. That data I can work with. There is data. Data is everywhere. I'll give you one.
Three.
Give you three. Problem. I'll give you anything once. Let me confirm if this thing worked. Okay, it worked. Changed. Finally. But we have a lot of errors. We have a lot of warnings.
No.
No, ignore the warnings for now. Let's just move on so we don't waste time. Figure out a way to fix the one. So we have our dates. Everything is good to go. Now the final step is to going to delete this fixed stuff or just test it to see if it worked. So next step is to this is our data. I want to keep it somewhere. I want to combine it together. All these are our clean data. I want to combine it. Okay. Before we combine it, let's keep it somewhere first. What is it? I want to keep it in that our clean data folder. We created a folder for clean data. We want to keep our data there first. So we say okay, save clean data. So we'll call it daily wow is equals to clean underscore folder slash f. That's the name we gave the folder now. Okay. So we need to put the date that we clean the data. So we need to generate the date. Remember this guy that we not use since date time. There's a function there that we will use now to get today's date. Okay. So let's quickly use it. So I'll come to the top. I will say date time dot. I think it's today. Let me confirm if that's correct. Let me just confirm it. Call it date equals to date time dot today. Function. Let me see what that gives. It is. Okay. So I'll call today dot string format time is equals to uh, year dash is percentage year dash month dash day. Let me see if this will give me what I want. Good. So I'll call this today as well. Today is equals to today's variable name. So datetime dot today will give me the current date. Then I'll convert it to this format. So today dot string f time year month day. It will now give me day like this. Okay, so I'm going to use the here. So this will be day string format time. String formatting time. Those are brackets. But CSV. Solution. Year month day. Yes, percentage year. That's percentage that's y is here. You have to put the percentage before the y. Percentage y means here. So if you run this, it will not be year dash month dash day. Okay, so we are going to create a file called clean data.csv. So I'm thinking before I store the clean data, what do you think? Should I combine it first before I store the clean data? Before I store this clean data, should I combine it or should I store each of the data one? Store it one. I'll use a for loop. So I need to use a for loop to use the actual name for this stuff. Okay. Guys, I'm going to combine it first so I'll store the clean data. Combine it first. So let's combine it. Sorry about that. Combine all data. So to combine data, I'll do it very short. New data equals to in pandas there is a function called concat. No concatenate does, Abi. Remembers concatenate. Concatenate will add different items together. In this our case, it's going to add all the tables to one. So all my tables is going to be stored in clean data. So I'll say concatenate clean data. Clean data. And ignore index. The reason I'm putting ignore index is because if I combine all my data and I do not ignore index, each of the, let me just go to up. In data, square brackets, let me say 0. So each of the data have their own index. If I don't ignore index, just this one, then it will combine the next one. We just start from 0 to 30, 0 to like that. So I don't want index test. I'll say ignore index equals to true. After this one, the next one, yes. That's how I'm combining it. I'm not joining it. Capital letter, sorry. Okay. So execute it. Now, let me look at the new data. New data. So look, our new data is now more. They'll charge you then. Yes. Give me your charger. Charger. Your own. I'll give you back on a laptop charger. There. Oh, no, I know. Some the big mouth of them. Okay, okay. Have you done this one? We are going to export this data as a clean data. Which one? This one. I've not finished. You will not share it. I ran it before. That's why I showed it. And let me plug it. Okay, let's save. So we are going to save this as okay. So we are going to save this data. Save it as clean data today's date. Okay. That's how we got the today's date. I want to save this our then every time we run it to be that date. So we create a file called clean data today's date. Then we are going to save new data. New data. What we created is equal to dot to CSV. Open brackets. Let me confirm what it said. Path, separator, column, index. Okay. Now, new data to CSV. The path is what's the path? I think I'll use this daily file as my path. That's it. So daily files, daily underscore file as the path. Then there's index is equals to false. Index is equals to false. So I don't want the index to be saved as well. Okay. Press enter. Nothing is going to happen, but you go to your folder and check clean folder if you have this file there. So I'm going to come over to my folder, go to data cleaned. I think this is the folder for cleaned. Is this today's date? Okay, this is not today's date. So let me run it again. Let me see if it's going to save. Okay, this is the one I created just now. Okay, so clean data underscore this date. This is the data I just created. If you open it, you will see it in Excel. Okay. So inside no, we saved our file inside data. Then you have cleaned, you have combined, you have log. I did not even end up using combined again. There should be a difference between clean and combined. So one more thing we're going to do is this. one last thing before we end. We're going to create a master file. So this will be the master file will be what we use for our visualization. Okay. That will be using for our visualization. Some extra thing we did not do. Like for example, if I put in new file, it's going to start from, it's going to do the one we've done before. Let's go master, create master file, create and save master file. Okay, first we're going to create master file. So first we are going to check if the master file actually exists. If so, come over here and check for master. So we'll check master file. So before we check master file, let's do this. To get the path to the master file. So our master file is most likely to be, here. This is where our master data is supposed to be. I'm going to delete this one because I think just delete your one as well. Your master data is going to be inside combine. Now, first and foremost, we'll check if there's a master file. But the way I want the master file to work is that once you clean a new set of data, it should come add to your master file. So let's say I've done for this week. Next week when I clean, the new data should add to my master file. The other week, and it will not be adding for each of the week. So that's what I want. So what I want to first confirm if there is a master file first, before I will bother creating. Let me go and confirm. So for this, I need to get the file path from my master file. I'm going to be using, I'll be using make for this master underscore file is equals to, it should be inside combined. So combined directory find slash folder slash name of the file is master data dot csv. So this is the location of my master file. So I will check if master to see if master file exists. So because I'm using I use the, what's the name of this stuff? Path library to create this folder. It now has the function called exist. So this is going to check if this file is in existence. If it is if it exists, what I want to do is I want to read it. Master data is equals to cd.read csv bracket close bracket probably exists. So I'm just going to say master file. So if this file exists, just read it from my folders. Else, if it does not exist, else create it master dash data is equals to pandas dot data frame So this will create an empty data frame without rows or column. Good. Now, once this is created, we are now going to combine the new data to the master's data. If we had a previous master data, we'll combine it to our new data. So we'll now say if not, if master is not empty, so we will first check if our master's data, so this will be combine master's data to the new clean data. So if masters is empty, this is a function of data frames. It checks if a data frame is empty. An attribute of data frame checks if the data frame is empty. So if it's empty, to give it true. If you want to check if it's not empty, you say not data master data.empty and negate it. So if my data frame is not empty, I want to combine the old master to the new master. Master data is equals to pandas.concat, open brackets. Then I will combine these to master data, comma, new data. Okay, I did close this one. Edit master data, new data. Then always ignore your index. Ignore index, set that to true. Now, what if this is empty? If it is empty, else, if this is empty, my master data will just be equals to new data. So you only combine if the master data has something. If it doesn't have anything, just sign it. Now, before we finally save our master data, we need to remove duplicates. Again, remove duplicates. Remove two duplicates from master data. So for the sake of readability, I'm going to do this length of master data before removing duplicates. Numbers of rows in master data before removing duplicates. Master data is equals to master data dot drop duplicates. This is the function to remove duplicates from a data frame. Then after is equals to length dot master. So I will show us, I'll print the numbers of duplicate that was removed. So print f is we removed, so it will be, is it before minus after? Duplicates rows. So the way this duplicate works, you can actually specify the column you want to use to check your duplicates. But if you don't specify column to check duplicates on all the columns, you need to check all the columns to see if there's a repetition amongst the various rows. Now, once you do this final step, save master data to combined folder. So this is going to be master data dot to CSV, open brackets, then what's the file name for master data? Okay, I'm going to just use master. Since I created it here, I've already created it here, so no need to create it again. Master file, that's the file location, then index equals to false. And we are done. Some extra things that we're supposed to add. But effectively, we are done. So the extra thing that we're supposed to add is this. If I add a new, if I already have my files, right? I've cleaned them and I've combined them, I've stored them in master. What if I add new files to that folder that have those old files? Is it going to recreate everything from scratch? As it is right now, that's what is going to happen. It's going to clean everything from scratch, combine it again. So I think that's what we'll do. We are done. Just need to add that so that we'll call it a day. Have you typed it? Now to verify that this master stuff worked, go check your combined if it's there. If it's not there, that means we made a mistake. Did I run this in just now? I have not. Let's see. Combined is not defined. Are you sure? Hold on, let me check what I have here. Okay, combined, not combined. Sorry. It's combined, not combined. For the master folder, it's combined, not combined. So it's going to work now. Master data. Okay. So everything works. We removed 9 duplicates. So there were 9 duplicate rows in my table. We're going to write test on Friday. Just do you write test on everything. 1 hour. OBJ, let me see how the spirit leads. The spirit is leading me to practical, not to leading me to
So
practical.
regardless of the pass or fail, the has to be passed.
If you fail, you do it and you do it until you get. Better be because if you don't do it, you will still do it for you get certificate.
Act, act, act.
You know what? It's going to be it's 1 hour, so I'll make it 1 minute per question. If I do OBJ, it's 1 minute per question, so it's going to be 60 questions. 1 hour. No, let's make it one.
There's no plenty errors.
Let me see where your errors are coming from. Put it there, let me be correcting it for you. Where's your,
I don't have it.
you have, okay. Let's see, go down, go to the error. You not activated your Windows. Error number 1, name error. Small. Jesus Christ. Where is all this error coming from? Let me start from the start. No error here, no error here, no error here, no error here. Error here. Let's see why. Raw dot folder. Let's see. This project, where did you put it? This project stuff, where did you put it? Where is this folder? Is it here?
Desktop.
That's the first problem. But it needs to locate this that data. So that's right. So let's move it there. You see this? Or let me just copy it so I don't. You're going to tell me that it's open somewhere else. So let me just copy this. This. Okay, yeah. We replace. Visits. Two, three, five. It works. It's showing out of range. Let me leave this place. Starts up. Manual. Start con. Starts. Run. Let me print this. Let me see why. Let me print this all files. Use copy it. Okay. So the issue is still here. This is where the issue started from. Raw. Let's see. Raw data. The right place. This is what I'm at. There is data. Oh, your data is different from the way mine is. How is yours like this? Different from what I have. But notwithstanding, this should have created it. If it doesn't exist, this guy should have created it. So I don't know why it's not. Let me it's data on your desktop. Where is it? Is it a desktop? Desktop. Okay, this data is the one we use. Okay. Let me go back. I copy back to Python. Right click this data copy. Let me delete this one. Who's what? Which house? Yep. But this other one already has it. Where is your delete? Trash. empty, so I can't move it. Let me just rename it to something else so I can actually work on this one. Okay, firstly, let me see where your where this guy is actually pointing to. Just Control C, A, paste it here. There's your the path. I need to run this one first. Run this. Okay, this works. Let me see where the issue is coming from. For base data raw, that's it. Thanks, Sophie. Let's see. This is data. User Sophia data Python process. When you combine this, it's supposed to let me see. So data, then there is raw. Everything is okay. There's no data here, so I'm going to move it from YY. Just copy it from here. Let's shift. This two is on its own. That was the issue. Let me see. It's working all right. These are your files. So this one is working. So everything else should work. Same issue with this. Didn't fix this one. All these dates. This is the one you change that bit. So change it to fix. Then date fix, drop date, rename date fix to date. So this should work. Combine info master. So master is combine dash folder master. I made a mistake here and you follow me. I never see the mistake. Okay, all the many errors just confuse you. 300 and Jesus Christ. How do you have that amount of duplicates? Okay, this one is underscore as well. Where is your easy edge? How you like easy edge? Edge is for people that are living living their life on the edge. Are you living your life on the edge? You are. What is your strength? Okay. So it is. Let's see if it has created it. So the problem is that every time you run this, it's going to adding. That is, yes, that's everything combined. So that's stuff to fix. So see, read everything I don't teach you. As long as I teach you, read it.
Oh, yeah.
Read everything. It's not funny. Yes, no. You should be, as long as you are practicing, you should be able to answer them. Don't worry. Pray that the Spirit will touch my heart. Make it obedient. Yeah, I'm not finished. We are not finished. Sorry. See if I post. I think we are done. 99% done. For the for you now. I want to learn the task. It's for you. You only see red. You have not fixed the red. Give me. Let me see. But your red is not as many as our red. Just do like not just that's it. Okay, the error you had because of me, I made a mistake. Not correct it. Israel. Message him. Please. That's something. Python, Python. Python, Python beats you. Yes. Okay. You don't have to. Wow. Yeah, add more than one. Add 9 duplicates. You how many duplicates is there? How you want to the fact that your own is that much is I'm scared. There's something there's something that you probably did. Scared. Let me check now. And if I want to give me that is not giving me 900. Nice. My God. If they the same, your education not be that much. What's it showing 0? Why is it on 2 that yours is giving me 0? But I think they should be the same. So you are working with the same data. Look, put your laptop first. I want to check something. If we should get the same number of rules at the end of it. I don't know why yours is different than mine. Yes. Hold on. Let me confirm something. Yes, I added something. Yes, I added something. Okay, not exists. So that's one. Did you open the yeah? You know how you get that permission error? Using you got permission error because I opened the master's data in Excel. That's why you got permission error. So it's working now. It's still showing that. Let me three hundred and 18 what you got that from your room should be 100 and 308 extra. Master data before. Second. Hello? Are you upstairs? Are you upstairs? Okay, I'm coming. I'm downstairs. There's a mistake. There is a mistake here. Our master, when we wrote our master code, is adding a new code to the master. So this is what I mean. When I want to, but normally what I want to do is, if there's already a master, add the new code to it, right? Now, if I create the master and I run this in again, I have the old code that I added, the old data that I added, because this one that I did is going to add it again. This was the issue I said I was going to fix. I will need to fix later. Every time this thing run, every time we run this entire script, it is going to go to the data, search for all the CSV file, right? Clean it and add it to the master. And if you run it one, you clean everything, add it, you clean data to the master. You run it again, it doesn't check if I've already cleaned that data before. It just adds it to the master. That's the mistake we have. And that's why you're having 300, 600. And if I keep running this master, see, my master is supposed to be, since I only have this amount of data, 318, my master is always supposed to be 318. Or if you remove 9 from 318, you get 309, right? That's what my master is supposed to be. But every time I run this, it will keep adding. I opened it. So the reason this permission error is coming because I opened the file in Excel. So every time I run this, it's going to keep adding extra information to my master. Are you seeing it? So that's what we are going to fix so that I thought you need to tell that I should be able to know what we've cleaned and what anytime it comes, if I upload a new data there, to know the one that is clean, one that I've already cleaned. It doesn't repeat the same thing, it doesn't repeat the same action much. Or let's do the online class. I'll just finish tomorrow. On Friday, we'll just do online class. And go sit close to just the time to spend time. Just finish. Correct all the thing we need to correct. Yes, you're writing the test on Friday. Huh? I don't know yet. What? My maths. Okay, I've been seeing it class. You are good to go. Give me the charge. Trust issue, that's why I'm giving you test, Abby. I have trust issues. I don't believe you have. Ah, I'll think about it. Go and pray first. If you pray well, it will only be obedient. Huh? That's why I like Christabel. Anything. Hey, answer it. No, Not afraid. I like this your jacket. But I will collect it too. Play enter me. Nice. You know what? Just that car. The one car that is driving. I think it's at this hotel. Was making like what I was just the way the car was driving, the engine. That's the washroom.